Okay, hello everybody. What is going on? What's up? What's up? Redstone Pro here, back with another live stream. Hello to everybody right now. We have 3 of you here so far. Today is Sunday, May 14th, 2025. And hello to Ivan. How's it going, Ivan? We are in Union Square. This is Union Square right here. Union Square and Union Square Park. All right, so we're located right along this is East 17th Street right here, right between Broadway and Park Avenue. Park Avenue South is going down that way. How's it going? Everything is going great. Look how beautiful it is here. The weather is beautiful. So, Sunday, May 18th, 2025. The temperature right now is 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. The time now is 6:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope everyone has had a wonderful weekend. It's been a rather eventful last few days here in New York. Joe Biden, yes, he's been, unfortunately, I was going to mention that in the stream. For those of you not aware, our former president, Joe Biden, he was just diagnosed with cancer, prostate cancer. It's an aggressive form of prostate cancer that has spread to his bones. I'm not exactly sure which bones those would be, but he was just diagnosed with prostate cancer. Joe Biden, of course, being the 46th president of the United States, 82 years old. So let's hope the best for Joe Biden during his recovery. Hopefully he'll fully recover from that. But it is an aggressive form. Aggressive cancer is going to require some aggressive treatment, chemotherapy, radiation, whatever they plan on treating him with. So let's wish our former president, 46th president, well on his journey to recovery, which that is what we are hoping for as well. And let's give it up to our Knicks, our New York Knicks, who advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals on Friday after defeating the what team did they defeat? The Boston Celtics. I'm forgetting already. The Boston Celtics in 6 games right here in Madison Square Garden. It was a big blowout of the Boston Celtics. The final score in that game was 119-81. And let me tell you, Madison Square Garden and the area around Madison Square Garden went crazy on Friday. I was there and it was just crazy. It was really, really crazy. I did try going live on Friday and it was just so much chaos. And it was just, how's it going, man? It was just so much chaos and I couldn't have a stable connection due to the amount of crowd. There were thousands and thousands of folks rooting on our fellow Knicks there. So the Knicks will be taking on the Indiana Pacers in the NBA playoffs, the Eastern Conference Finals. That game 1, will be taking place on Wednesday here in New York. And hello to Todd and Mary from Nashua, New Hampshire. Nice to see you, Todd and Mary. All right, so here we are. Union Square Park. We're gonna walk south towards along Broadway. Okay, so the itinerary for this stream, we're starting off here in Union Square. We're gonna walk south along Broadway. Then we'll be heading into Tompkins Square Park and the East Village. We're gonna be walking around the East Village for a bit. And then we'll be walking towards the Brooklyn Bridge. We're gonna walk the Brooklyn Bridge. For those of you not aware what happened last night, a Mexican Navy ship collided with the Brooklyn Bridge. Fortunately for the bridge did not suffer any extensive damage. The bridge is structurally safe. But unfortunately, 2 of the passengers that were on that ship, they were pronounced dead. So 2 people killed on that accident last night. And about, I believe it was around 19 injuries or so, many of them critical. So that was the big news, the big headline last night here in New York. The Mexican Navy ship colliding with the Brooklyn Bridge. And I'll talk more about that when we get to the Brooklyn Bridge, but that was the 2 big headlines here in New York. The Knicks, of course, moving on to the playoffs. Moving on in the playoffs, and the Mexican Navy ship that collided with the Brooklyn Bridge last night. So those are the two top stories that have been dominating the news here in New York City. And yeah, Lena hasn't been here for, I don't know, it's been quite some time, but let's hope that Lena is okay. All right, so here we are. We are walking right along Washington. No, this is not Washington Square Park. This is Union Square Park. Washington Square is further south in the Village. This is Union Square. Beautiful day out to be in the park. Beautiful. We got a lot of folks enjoying the day. It is beautiful. It is partly cloudy as well. Partly cloudy. The wind is blowing from the south at 9 miles per hour. That is according to the weather information that I've just checked. 71 degrees Fahrenheit. 21 degrees Celsius. All right, so this is what Union Square looks like on this beautiful Sunday evening, late afternoon, early evening. Beautiful day to be out and about, as many folks are doing exactly just that as we end the weekend here in New York City and all throughout the world. Okay, so we're gonna head towards Broadway. This is Broadway right over here. We're gonna walk south on Broadway. Another look back here towards Washington Square, Union Square. I'm sorry, I keep confusing this area with Washington Square. This is Union Square. They're both very similar. This is Union Square and Union Square Park. One of my co-workers was also talking about Washington Square right prior to going live, so that's probably why I'm getting all mixed up right now. Okay, so we're gonna exit Union Square and walk towards Broadway. This right here, this is 14th Street. This is East 14th Street. We are right in between East and West 14th Streets. This would be East right here. That is looking east, and over here, this is looking west towards New Jersey. That is right down there. That would be West 14th Street. And yes, we are sending. I just mentioned. I was just talking about Joe Biden. Ivan was the first one to mention that. So Joe Biden, of course, he was. It was announced that he has prostate cancer, an aggressive form of prostate cancer. So that is also the big news of the day today. That cancer has spread to his bones. So we are hoping that Joe Biden, our former president, the 46th president of the United States, can recover from that. So that form of cancer is going to require some aggressive treatment, with chemotherapy and radiation and whatever else they might throw in there. So speedy recovery to our former president. Let's all pray for Joe Biden. And today here in New York City, today is Salute to Israel Day. We had the parade earlier in the day in Midtown, the Salute to Israel Day parade. Several parades taking place today, or already took place. We had the Israel Day parade. We also had let's see, Nepal. We had a Nepali parade as well, and a Turkish parade also. So we had 3 parades today. Unfortunately, I was not able to cover any of those parades due to work. But it just goes to show you how international the city of New York is with all of these different parades. Okay, so right now we are walking south along Broadway. This is Broadway right here. We are heading to Astor Place. We're gonna walk to Astor Place. All right, so one more time, let's give it up to our beloved New York Knicks for advancing in the NBA playoffs. They whooped that Boston Celtic butt on Friday night. It was the final score over at Madison Square Garden was 119 to 81. That triggered a huge celebration in and around Madison Square Garden, which I did cover. I did try to stream that event. I have to tie my shoe here, so you guys gonna have to give me 1 second here. It's funny because I just tied my shoe right before I went live, so give me 1 second here. I'm gonna have to attach my tripod first. All right, so let me get 1 second here so I can tie my shoe. Just gonna put this down for a minute here. Okay, we are back, and hello to Tommy, and hello to Peter. Hello to everyone in Long Island. Okay, so we are back. Okay, and I would hope that I would hope that Todd and Mary are not Boston Celtics fans, you know, since you guys are in the New England region. And if so, that's okay. All right, so right now we are making our way over to Astor Place. And hello to Enzo. How's it going, Enzo, my friend? Hello to everybody in Brazil and in the city of Sao Paulo. And hello to two women. We have two women in the chat. Hello. Nice to see you all today. Okay, so this right here, this is Broadway. We are walking south along Broadway. We are heading towards Astor Place. And from Astor Place, we'll be heading into Tompkins Square Park. That is all part of the East Village neighborhood. East Village is where I grew up. That is the neighborhood where I grew up as a child. I hope everyone has had a wonderful, beautiful weekend as we close the week here. Second week of May. And Peter shall be in New York City on June 5th for a few days. Okay, well, maybe we can catch up, Peter. Just let me know. Perhaps you can be in one of my streams while you're here. Okay, and that over there, that is Gramercy Park. Gramercy Park is a private park. We are not heading there, but down in that direction, that would be Gramercy Park. One of the most upscale areas of New York City. All right, so the big headlines today over the last couple of days, of course, Joe Biden being diagnosed with prostate cancer. Last night we had the Mexican Navy ship colliding with the Brooklyn Bridge. And on Friday we have the Knicks advancing in the NBA playoffs. Lots going on as well. We also have the Sean P. Diddy Combs trial taking place here in New York City. That is in relation to his sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Okay, this right here, this is 9th Street, East 9th Street, right over here. All right, so let's hope that Joe Biden can recover from that aggressive form of prostate cancer, which he was just diagnosed with. Very unfortunate for our former president, the 46th president. Joe Biden, 82 years old. He was unable to run for a re-election due to his mental, to being, his mental capacity was in question. And now that he has prostate cancer, it definitely wouldn't have been possible for him to, run for a second term as president. Okay, so we're gonna turn right here. Right along Astor Place. As we look north up there. The weather right now is beautiful. We have partly cloudy skies right now, 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. It is a bit windy, but other than that, the weather is beautiful. Okay, so right now we are walking towards Astor Place. And from Astor Place, we'll be walking along 8th Street and St. Mark's Place. We'll be checking out what's going on over at Tompkins Square Park. And Todd and Mary were hoping for a Celtics victory. Unfortunately, that did not happen. The Celtics were also without Jason Tatum, who suffered a torn Achilles. So he's out for the season, and most likely he'll be out for next season as well. Very serious injury that he suffered during, what was it, Game 4? Yeah, that was Game 4. He suffered that injury. All right, so here we are in Astor Place. This is where the dance parade took place yesterday. Unfortunately, I was not able to stream that event. This is where the dance parade took place, right along here. Beautiful. Okay, this, by the way, this is Lafayette Street right over here. Okay, and right along here, this is the famous cube. This cube is also known as the Alamo. This is a sculpture here, 8 feet in height. This cube right here weighs 1,800 pounds. It is designed by, who's the sculptor here? Tony Rosenthal. Tony Rosenthal. It's been here since 1967, and as you can see, you can rotate it, you can spin it. It basically looks like a giant Rubik's Cube. Let me widen the shot here. All right, so this is the famous cube inside of Astor Place in Cooper Square. And I even wants to go inside of Wegmans. Yes, right here, Wegmans right here. This is one of the few Wegmans locations in New York City. I'm not sure if I'm going in there. Maybe for a minute we could probably stop by just to see. I've never been to this Wegmans here, so okay, so let's go and check it out here for a couple of minutes. All right, so let's go right here inside of this Wegmans location. New York City is not known for Wegmans, so this is just one of the few locations that we have here. All right, so let's check out this Wegmans location here. All right, so we're just gonna walk around here for a minute, guys, just to get an idea of what this location here looks like. Ah, yes, this used to be the old Kmart. Yes, good observation, Ivan. Yes, I just remember that. Oh, we got some copyrighted music here as well. That's what I was fearing coming in here. We do have some music playing here. Okay, so this location, this is... Very nice. Okay, where is Lena? We've been looking for Lena during the last few streams here. She has not been available for some reason. I hope she's okay. All right, we have some prepared food over here. We have some buffalo wings right over here. Look how nice that is. $17 for that container of wings, 10 pieces. Okay, so let's check out the lower level real quick before we make our way back out. Let's see what's going on down there. And if I lose connection here, I'm gonna have to turn back. Not really sure how the connection is here, so we're gonna check out as we go. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna have to play my own music here, at least for a second. Okay, maybe we're okay. Hopefully we're okay while we check out this location. All right, so we're entering the produce area. Look how big this produce area is here. All right, we got the mangoes right over here. We have the pineapples. We have the plums right down here. Okay, we seem to have some sort of disagreement here. Let's just try to be civil in the chat. Not sure what's going on, but between Ivan and Todd, but hopefully you guys can just settle whatever it is that you guys are disagreeing on. Let's try to keep it civil here. All right, and we got some music here. I'm definitely gonna have to play my own music over this now, so give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay, well, there's no reason to be blocking anybody, Ivan. Hopefully you can unblock him and, you know, just be at peace with each other. All right, we got some, this looks like, what is this, salmon? Okay, well, that is your choice, Ivan. But then again, you know, there's no reason to be blocking anyone here. You know, we're all one family here. And, you know, that's how it should be, and we should all be getting along. All right, we got the meat department right over here. Okay, so right now we are inside of Wegmans, over by Astor Place. Wegmans, of course, this is one of the few Wegmans locations in New York, recently opened. All right, we got the deli right over here, the delicatessen area. Very nice. And right over here, we have the grocery aisles. And we got some Wegmans branded Raisin Bran right over here. Very nice. How much is that? No price here. Okay, $3.29. Okay, that's the price of the Wegmans branded cereals. It is very nice. It is very clean. This is a new location, by the way. All right, so we're gonna exit this location since we do have a lot of ground to still cover. So we're gonna exit this Wegmans supermarket here. All right, so let me turn off the music here. Okay, so that is a look at the Astor Place Wegmans as we make our way out, back out. Okay, so thank you, Ivan, for the suggestion here. This is my first time stopping by here as well, so, you know, nothing wrong with curiosity. But let's keep it civil in the chat. We don't want no disagreements during these live streams. Let's all treat each other like one big family here, which technically this is what you guys are to me. You guys are a big family here. Okay, so we're gonna exit this Wegmans location and we're gonna head back out to Astor Place in Cooper Square. Okay, we came in right through here. All right, so this used to be the old location to Kmart. For those of you not familiar with this location here, this used to be Kmart, Astor Place Kmart. Okay, and we are back outside. So that was a quick look inside of Wegmans, right along here on Astor Place, 8th Street, right in front of 8th Street and Lafayette. Okay, so we're gonna head back towards the Cube right there, the Alamo, the Cube. And hello, what's up to Andrew, American Nightmare? What's up, Andrew? Where are we right now? We are in Astor Place and Cooper Square. This is right along East 8th Street. This is Lafayette right here, Lafayette Street, and 8th Street is right along here. This is right in front of the Wegmans right here, which we just stopped by the Wegmans there. Right in front of the famous Cube, right there. Where is 8th Avenue? 8th Avenue, that would be further down that way, towards the west. Okay, is it safe to cross? Right now it is, okay. And that is looking south along Lafayette Street. And we can see that lady pushing the Cube there. The Cube is heavy. The Cube weighs almost a ton, so that is 1,800 pounds. All right, let's see how this guy does here. Oh, it's too heavy, huh? It's too heavy. And Todd says, apologies to Restorb. Oh, no need to apologize. Just be civil in the chat. That's all I ask for. No need for apologies, but let's just get along. That's all. Okay, so we're going to continue our walk here. We are walking towards the East Village. Okay, so we are, and Tommy G says, let's go Mets. Okay, yeah, that's right. We also have the Subway Series taking place between the Mets and the Yankees. The Mets won last night. The Yankees, they won their game on Friday. So right now they have split the series so far, one game apiece, with the third game taking place tonight, I think. Not sure what time that starts. All right, so this is 3rd Avenue right here. And right now we are walking along St. Mark's Place.
I could.
Right along the East Village neighborhood. This is pretty much where the East Village starts. This part of Manhattan is also known as Ukrainian Village. There are many Ukrainian establishments here. Beautiful evening here in New York City, right along St. Mark's Place. You can see all of the different businesses right along St. Mark's. Beautiful. As we enter the East Village neighborhood of Manhattan.
Take a picture of me.
How's it going?
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
All right, what channel is it?
We are live right now, YouTube, Restaurant Pro.
YouTube, cool.
Yeah. Tell us about your store here.
Hey, we have a lot of cool bands, you know, so we sell so many cool bands.
It is called Funky Town. Oh, there you go.
We have license shirt, we do piercing, you know, look, we sell glasses, you know, so yeah, you can ask customer to come, you know, Funky Town.
Okay.
You know, you get all the licensed band shirts, you know.
Yes.
Street Slayers, Raymonds, so many cool shirts, man.
Very nice. But this is 14th Street. 14 St. Mark's Place. That's the address.
What's
14.
the channel then, boss?
Restaurant Pro.
Sorry?
Restaurant Pro. I'll show you right here.
Let me see.
Yeah, let me just show you real quick. Right here. Oops, that's the wrong one.
Will I be there?
You're live right now. You're live right now.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Red Storm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Good
nice to
luck.
meet. Okay, thank you so much. So this is called Funky Town right here. Funky Town in the East Village. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, and Tommy says I haven't been down in the village in years. Okay, so we have the East Village and we also have Greenwich Village. So this is East Village right now. We are in the East Village. Greenwich Village, that'll be towards the west. So right now we are walking along, this is St. Mark's Place in the East Village neighborhood. So it all depends on which village you're referring to. But right now this is the East Village. And thank you, Tommy. Thank you. Let's see what we got across the street here. We have a very interesting spot over here. This is called the, what is that? Search and Destroy. Let's take a look right over here. This right here, this is called Search and Destroy. Right up there. We got all sorts of dolls up there. Baby dolls. Interesting. You're going to see a lot of interesting businesses here. I'm not really familiar with most of these here. And East Village, where the famous basketball court is. Yeah. East Village is known for many things. Okay, so this right here, this stretch of St. Mark's, this is also known as Ukrainian Village, by the way. Okay, so right now we're gonna make our way into Tompkins Square Park, which is just about 2 blocks from here, right along Avenue A, Alphabet City. Okay, right here we can see one of the Ukrainian villages here. businesses in Ukrainian village right here. Okay, right here we can see the Ukrainian flag right in right by the window right there. We can see the Ukrainian flag right there. And right here we can see another restaurant, all part of the Ukrainian village section of East Village. And at the corner we have another Ukrainian village establishment here. This is called, what is this called? Veselka. Right there. Let me take a picture while I'm here. Let's just grab a picture of this right here. Okay, so we're gonna head back towards St. Mark's as we make our way towards Tompkins Square Park. And the next game, that would be on Wednesday. That is the Eastern Conference Finals, Knicks against the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks, they were eliminated by the Pacers in last year's playoff game series. Ivan, yes, I can see you. Yes, I can. All right, this is 2nd Avenue right along here. As we walk towards Tompkins Square. Beautiful night out. We got a lot of diners right along this restaurant here. Okay, so the Knicks, they were eliminated by the Pacers in the 2nd round. The Knicks did suffer a lot of injuries during that series. Jalen Brunson was out. Who else was I believe OG Anunoby was injured as well. So their top players were absent from that series last year.
But it's not, I think it's not just.
But the team is healthy this year, and hopefully they can stay that way.
She's like, no, you're eliminated.
Me too. I don't like.
Figure something else out. I don't know.
Okay, and this right here, this is the St. Mark's Place Institute. All right, and we have more Ukrainian flags on both sides of the street here. We have another one here on the left. Ukraine, of course, having been invaded by Russia. That war already in its 3rd year. Andrew says, always police sirens in New York. It wouldn't be New York without the noise. And we also have honking from the taxis over here.
I'd be like, what was that?
Okay, so right now we are in Manhattan. I'm hoping that I can walk the Brooklyn Bridge, so hopefully we'll do that towards the end of the stream. We'll be walking the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge, of course, the site of that collision with the Mexican Navy ship. It was a training ship. That ship was heading in the wrong direction when it should have been heading south. It was heading north, and it struck the mast of the ship. The top part of the mast striking the Brooklyn Bridge. The bridge itself didn't suffer any serious damage, but there were 2 deaths related to that accident. And I'll be talking more about that when we get to the Brooklyn Bridge. All right, so this is 1st Avenue here. Beautiful evening right along 1st Avenue. Okay, and this is looking north towards Midtown. Okay, this street right here, this stretch of St. Mark's is close to vehicular traffic, so we can just walk right along here. This is where the dance parade took place. This was part of the route here. Okay, so right now we are heading towards Tompkins Square Park. Do I have any birthdays on, any plans on my birthday? Not yet, Ivan, not yet. If I don't end up doing anything on that day, I'll just go live, so why not? I'll be doing something that day. I'm just not sure what it is yet. Beautiful. Let me grab a picture here. This is beautiful, by the way. I have to take a picture here. Okay, right before we continue our walk here. All right, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. My name is Redstone Pro. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We are live here in Manhattan. This is along St. Mark's Place in the East Village neighborhood of Manhattan. Thank you all for joining me on this live stream as we walk towards Tompkins Square Park. Many folks are out and about enjoying this beautiful, beautiful Sunday evening as we enter the latter part of May. Have I been to Mexican restaurants? Yes, I have, Ivan. Yes, I have. Beautiful. Look at the scene we have here right along St. Mark's. Beautiful. What a beautiful evening this is tonight. Okay, so this right here, this is Avenue A. This is all part of Alphabet City. We have Avenue A, we have Avenue B, Avenue C, and Avenue D in the Alphabet City area, all part of the East Village neighborhood. Okay, so right now we're gonna make our way into Tompkins Square Park. This is where the dance parade had their festivities yesterday as well. So we're just gonna walk around here for a few minutes. The Halloween dog parade also takes place right inside of Tompkins Square Park. That is in October. All right, so rather quiet. Walk around here. And thank you, Todd and Mary. All right, so right now we're just walking around Tompkins Square Park. Just checking out what's going on here. Not much going on compared to what it was, to what it would have been like walking here yesterday with the dance parade. And right on this side we have the basketball courts. So let's just take a look at the basketball courts real quick. Oh, let's see what the title says. 29-25. Really? Well. We are well into the future. Is it this graphic here? No. I think you're referring to the title. Let me see. Can I go back to the title? Let me see. Thank you for pointing that out, Andrew. Let's see. Can I edit the title here?
I know.
Okay, I'm gonna fix that right now. Okay, let me fix that right now. Thank you, Andrew, for pointing that out. Let me just correct the title here real quick. Okay, so today is May 18th, 2025. We are not 900 years into the future. Okay, so it should be correct now. Thank you, Andrew. It should be correct now. Andrew is one of my co-workers, by the way. So nice to see you, Andrew, in the chat. Okay, so the title should be correct. Yeah, it is correct now. All right, so let's check out the basketball courts over here. We have some t-shirts here. All right, so this is what's going on right here. We also have a little track here, running track and field. We have some ramps here for the skaters. Well, Andrew, he's new to the chat here. This is only, I believe this is only your second or third time here, Andrew. All right, so we don't have any basketball games, but we do have some skaters doing their thing on the ramps here. Skateboarders. Todd and Mary, they say, I work with someone from Ukraine. Sophia is her name. And we have a squirrel going up the fence right there. Look at that squirrel. Hello. You guys can see him right there in the middle. He's actually a big camouflage right there, but he's right in front of that tree branch right there. There he is. We can get a better look right there. Hello. All right, there he goes up towards the canopy. And hello, Sharik. Nice to see you, Sharik. Hello to everybody in the Netherlands. Nice to see you back, Sharik. We are missing Lena. We haven't seen Lena in quite a bit. Will I be filming on Memorial Day? Yes, I will be. Yes, sometime in the afternoon. All right, as we continue. Oh, yeah, okay, you moved to Portugal now. That's right. I believe you did mention that you were moving to Portugal during the last time I saw you in the stream. Okay, so you are located in Lisboa. Lisboa is the name in Portuguese. All right, so hello to everyone in Lisbon and all throughout Portugal. And hello to everybody back in the Netherlands as well. Let's not forget the Netherlands. Okay, so I hope your relocation to Portugal is going well as you get adjusted to life in Lisbon, Lisboa. Beautiful day here in Tompkins Square. And Sharik says it is very nice and very warm. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna make our way out of Tompkins Square here. Ivan says Jack Black sing a cover version of Baby One More Time in Kung Fu Panda 4. Very interesting information there. And we have another squirrel right over here. Look at that. Hello. All right. All right, so we're gonna continue our walk south. We're gonna continue right along Avenue A right here. Okay, and we have here my favorite actor is Clint Eastwood. Yes, he's a very one of Hollywood's legendary actors. He turns 95 on May 31st. All right, so we're going to continue our walk here in the East Village and Alphabet City as we walk along Avenue A.
Seems like a pretty good setup so far. Like, can we go visit?
All right, so this is actually my first time live streaming from Alphabet City and the East Village. So if you guys haven't seen this neighborhood yet, during my last doing any of my streams, this is the first time that I'm live streaming this area here. Okay, and if you guys are on TikTok, make sure to follow me on TikTok. I did post a video of the madness that took place on Friday night following the Knicks victory over the Boston Celtics. It was wild. It was absolutely wild. And the weather, what is the weather like? It is partly cloudy right now. It is 71 degrees. Last time I checked, it was 71 degrees. If you guys want all of the weather information here, just type in exclamation point weather in the chat. And we have more honking, of course. So anytime you guys want to find, get the latest weather information, just type in exclamation point weather in the chat. That will trigger the Nightbot to display the latest weather information for New York City. And if you guys want weather information for any particular location, just type in exclamation point weather lookout, followed by the location, space in between the command and the location. And Todd says, in New Hampshire, it has rained for 9 days. Wow. Well, there is no drought in New Hampshire. And hello to William Foley, who is watching from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Nice to see you, William. And hello to everyone in Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. Okay, we have a bookstore right over here. Somebody dropped their ID there. And Ivan wants to know, when are you going to go live in Queens, Staten Island, the Brooklyn, the outer boroughs? It all depends what's going on. Since I work in Manhattan, I mainly do live streams here in Manhattan. But whenever there's any big event taking place in any of the outer boroughs, I'll make sure to try to cover those events as well. But I mainly stream in Manhattan due to my work, my job. I do work in Manhattan. But we are heading into Brooklyn towards the latter part of the stream. We'll be heading into Brooklyn and just check out Brooklyn real quick. Well, at least that's the plan. Look at this beautiful mirror that we have right over here. This is East 4th Street. Look at this beautiful mirror that we have here. Look at this. Very nice. Look how beautiful that girl is. Beautiful. If you guys want to check out this mural, this is right along East 4th Street and Avenue A in the Alphabet City area part of the East Village. This is the neighborhood in which I grew up in. That was back in the 80s. I was born at nearby Bellevue Hospital. That's over by Stuyvesant City, Stuyvesant Town. All right, so we're gonna head towards East Houston Street, and Cat's Deli should be nearby from here. Cat's Deli, of course, is a very famous delicatessen.
I'm gonna call every company that can fund. Don't hire him yet. Maybe you should just clear me up.
Ivan wants to see me go live in Queens and in the Bronx, as well as Staten Island. Well, not much goes on in Staten Island, so that would probably be the last location that I'll be live streaming from. But all the other boroughs, yes, that's always a possibility. It all depends on what's going on. But I will be recording videos as well, so if I don't go live in the other boroughs, I'll definitely be recording videos as well. But I am mainly a Manhattan live streamer since I work here in Manhattan. So usually I do these live streams after I get off work.
Oh,
All right, so hello to Irma. Nice to see you, Irma. And thank you, Irma, for those the recent comments that you've been posting on my stuff. So I appreciate that. Nice to see you, Irma. Okay, so we're coming up on, this is East Houston Street. It is spelled the same way as Houston, the city in Texas, but it is pronounced Houston, as in house, Houston. Okay, so we're gonna make a right over here towards Cat's Deli, which is located across the street. All right, so we're gonna have to wait here. We got the sun out and about right there towards the west.
That guy has tagged our building.
Okay, it's hard to see the crossing sign there, but it is safe to cross. It is safe to cross. It is kind of hard to see it with the sun ray there. All right, so here we are. This is East Houston Street. And from Houston Street, we'll be making our way towards Delancey Street. Delancey is just a few blocks from here, south of here. Is it by the one train? The one train is towards the west, so that is looking way down there. We're on the east side here, so the one train is towards the west, so that would be in that direction where the sun is. Okay, so right here we're gonna walk along this side here towards Cat's Deli. What a beautiful evening here. Beautiful.
I'm gonna say something.
Okay, so thank you all once again for joining me on this live stream. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. My name is Red Storm Pro. We are live here in New York City. This is along the well, we're just south. We're just like right outside of the East Village. This is along East Houston Street as we check out Cat's Deli, which is right over here in the corner. All right, so this right here, this is Cat's Deli, very famous delicatessen here. This has been here since 1898. 1898. Very famous location here. This deli always attracts many folks. We have a long line right here. Not sure how far this line goes down. It looks like it goes down about halfway down this block here. But it always attracts many folks here. Beautiful. Let's just take a peek inside of the deli here. Cats. They're known for their pastrami sandwiches and corned beef. That is just a peek inside. All right, so this deli has been here since 1898. All right, so the exact street here, this is East Houston and Ludlow Street. For anyone that want to stop by Cat's Deli, right along East Houston and Ludlow Street. All right, so let's check out let's see how far this line goes. Let me widen the shot here. All right, I was here last year. I definitely have to go back. I did eat here last year, so I'll definitely be going back here to Cat's Deli. All right, so this line is about half a block long. Happy eating to everyone at Cat's Deli. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna walk along here. This is East Houston Street. We're gonna continue our walk here. I want to show you guys a location that's relatively unknown to most folks, even here in New York City. It is called Freeman Alley. Freeman Alley is, of course, it's an alley. It is covered in graffiti art. So I'm gonna show you guys Freeman Alley real quick before we continue our walk. Freeman Alley, by the way, it is legal to spray paint along that street there, or the alley. New York City, of course, famous for its street art, graffiti, and all that, as we see all over here. So right now we're gonna walk towards Freeman Alley. That would be our next stop in our stream. We are just north of Chinatown, by the way. And Shirik says, I need to go, I go now, I need to work in a few hours. Have a nice day. Thank you, Shirik, for joining the live stream, even though it was brief. May you have a good day, and hello to everyone in Portugal. All right, this right here, this is Allen Street, by the way. Allen Street, this is right between Allen Street and First Avenue. So that would be First Avenue right up there, and this is Allen Street right here. The Houston Street is the dividing street here between Allen and First Avenue.
Checking my bike is still there.
Okay, so right now we are heading to Freeman Alley. This is right along the northern edge of Chinatown. Looks like we have a mirror right here being put together. This part of Manhattan is known for all of its mural art. As we can see, looks like they're in the middle of painting one right here. We have a gentleman right down there. He's looks like he's doing another. Let's see what he's doing here. Beautiful. Very nice. How are you? All right, so we got two murals going up right along here. This is Edgeworth Street, by the way. Okay, very nice. This one is a work in progress. Very nice. And we have another one right over here. So this part of Manhattan is known for its many murals and graffiti art, as we are about to check out in Freeman Alley. Beautiful. All right, so let's continue our walk right along Houston Street here as we head towards Freeman Alley. And Todd says, are you going to see Tom Cruise movie Mission Impossible? I would like to see it, definitely. I have not seen neither of those Mission Impossible movies. I am not really a big movie fan, per se. But that's one movie that I would definitely like to see. And this is the Gatsby Hotel right here at the corner.
Okay. So the pierogi place.
My tab is way Jewish. What's up, vlog? What's up, vlog?
All right, so we're gonna make a left here, right along Chrysler Street. Chrysler Street is the corner right there, the street right along that corner. And we're gonna check out Freeman Alley. Freeman Alley is where you'll also find, I'm hoping that it's still there. That is also where you'll find the memorial, the mural dedicated to Flaco the Owl. I hope that it is still there. I have not seen it since last year, but I would hope that that mural is still there. So if you guys are familiar or not familiar with Flaco the Owl was a Eurasian eagle owl who had escaped his enclosure over by the Central Park Zoo. Someone had vandalized the enclosure, his enclosure, he escaped. And basically he made life here in New York City for, what was it, about a year and a half, something like that. Okay, so let's make our turn here as we head into Freeman Alley. All right, so once again, this is Chrysler Street right over here. We have a Whole Foods Market, no parking, standing anytime sign right here. Beautiful big tree. We have a lot of big trees right along here. All right, that park across the street right there, that is Sarah D. Roosevelt Park. That is where the trees are all lined up. Okay, and right over here is where we have Freeman Alley as we make a right. Right along here. This is Stanton Street right here. And Freeman Alley is right along here. It's right in the middle of this street here, from what I remember.
Yeah, because what the fuck?
All right, so Freeman Alley is right over here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I want to make sure I got it right. Let me see here. Actually, no, that's the next block. I'm sorry, it's the next block. Freeman Alley is on the next block.
I feel like it has.
All right, okay, so we have to walk another block before we get to Freeman Alley. Okay, so I'm hoping that that Flaco the Owl, the mural dedicated to him, is still there. Andrew says, "What the F?" Yeah, you gotta see all sorts of random moments when you're live. Okay, so this right here, this is right along the we're right along the Lower East Side, right between the Lower East Side and Chinatown. Chinatown is a bit further south, but this is mainly the Lower East Side here. Okay, this should be where, yes, right here. This is Rivington Street, right? The next street right here. Have I ever been to Flushing? Yes, I have, yes. Citi Field, where the Mets play, they're located in Flushing. Flushing is also the largest Chinatown in New York City, outside of the one here in Manhattan. We got graffiti right along here. All right, so Freeman Alley should be located right over here. Right along here, yep. All right, so this is my first time being here in about a year, so that's why I had trouble at first. But here we are. Freeman Alley, famous graffiti location. We got folks here checking out this stretch here. All right, so this is Freeman Alley right here. Here we go. We have a lot of famous, a lot of works here, street out here. And Flaco the Owl used to be right over here. I'm not sure if it's still. It looks like they might have painted it over, yeah. It used to be right here on this spot, right here, yeah. It looks like they painted it over. So now we have, is that Aaron Judge? I'm not sure. Might be Aaron Judge. But Flaco the Owl, the mural, used to be right on this spot here. Look how nice this is. There's always new works going on along here, being spray painted here. And there's also a hotel right along here. There's a hotel. Banksy, there is no Banksy art here as far as I know, but Banksy is a mystery, so his artwork could pop up anywhere at any time. But as far as I'm aware, there is no Banksy work here, no. Very nice. So right here, this is the hotel. There is a hotel right along here, the Freeman Hotel. Freeman Alley Hotel. So this right here, this is the entrance to the hotel, which we can go in, I believe. I did go here last year. So let me show you guys this, the courtyard here of Freeman Alley. We got all sorts of different things here. So this is basically like one big open air art gallery, you can call it that. So right here we can go inside. Let's just walk inside here. Oh, it looks like it's closed. Oh, maybe the wrong door. There you go. Okay. Okay, so right piano right over here. This is as far as we can walk here. Let me turn my music down. We got some people here just chilling. Let me not disturb their peace here with the music. A minute, I'm gonna put the gimbal down while I just take a water break here. Right inside of the Freeman Alley wine house right over here. Known for her rehab, or rather of CBGB. That is they used to be a old school music establishments. That is where a lot of artists from the 70s and 80s got their starts. Right there. Alright folks, we are back. I think I lost my connection there for a second, so we're gonna make our way back out. Alright, so I got enough water here to get by as we make our way back out. Alright, so this is the Freeman Alley Hotel. As we make our way back out towards the courtyard here. Look at this here. We're surrounded by arts. This is all artwork here.
I wasn't here.
Alright. And this is the end of the alley right here. That is a restaurant right there as well, the Freeman Restaurant. We have a gorilla. This is a nice gorilla art right here. Beautiful works of art here. But unfortunately, the Owl Memorial, the mural, that has since been painted over. That was dedicated by Calico Art also. By the way, Calico Art, Colombian graffiti artist. Alright, so this is a look at Freeman Alley. We have a lot of artsy, very artsy location. Yeah, this is definitely one of them right here. This is a very little known location here. Not many folks know about this location. Even in the city, not many folks know about this location here. So if you're in the Lower East Side area, make sure to stop by Freeman Alley. And we have a Yankee art right there. I'm not sure, that might be Aaron Judge. I'm not really sure who that might be there. All right, so that is a look at Freeman Alley. All right, and from Freeman Alley, we're gonna make our way over towards the Bowery. The Bowery is right over there, that's the next street. Lots and lots of graffiti art as well. We have the Monopoly, Mr. Moneybags. Right across the street right there. Money making Manhattan. All right, so here we are at the Bowery. The Bowery is the one of the oldest streets in New York. Irma says, I have heard about that place, but have not seen it before. Well, now you have. Now you have. Not many folks are familiar with Freeman Alley. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of the mural that used to be located here and that was dedicated to Flaco the Owl. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see if I can find a picture of it so you guys can see what I was looking for. Okay, so is this it right here? Okay, so this is what the mirror looks like. That was dedicated to Flacco the Owl. That was put up by Kalika Art. So that is the mirror I was hoping to see, that I was hoping would still be here, but unfortunately it was spray painted over. So sad for that. But that is what it would have looked like if it was still here. There you go, right there. All right, so rest in peace to Flacco the Owl, the celebrity owl of New York, the Ego Eurasian owl. Okay, I think my music is still playing. Let me turn off my music here. Oops. I'm sorry, I did not realize that my music was still playing. I had it so low that I couldn't even hear the music playing, but okay, so it is stopped now. Apologies for that. All right, so let's continue our walk. We're gonna continue our walk here, right along the Bowery. Okay, so here we are. This is the Ulanzi streets. Is it safe to cross? Not yet. Okay, now it is. Okay, so this is the Ulanzi street. And over there towards the east, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Towards the end of the Ulanzi, it would be that is the Manhattan Bridge. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Let me make sure it's safe here. Okay, so way down there, that is the Manhattan Bridge right there. Actually, no, that's the Williamsburg Bridge. Williamsburg Bridge. I'm sorry, that is the Williamsburg Bridge right down there. That is the Williamsburg Bridge. So my mistake there. That is the Williamsburg Bridge at the end of the Ulanzi Street. And right over there, we can see One World Trade Center, the Freedom Tower. Are you cooking out on Memorial Day? I have to work on Memorial Day, Todd. I do work on Memorial Day, but I will be live sometime in the afternoon on Memorial Day. So probably around this time I'll be live for the Memorial Day stream. Oh, I think I have a fly on my face here. All right, so we're gonna continue our walk right along Broome Street. This is Broome Street right over here. Broome Street is known for its many restaurants, cafes. So that is where we'll continue our walk, right along Broome Street. Broome Street. This is Broome and the Bowery. And hello, Neville from Toronto, from the T-Dot. Hello. And hello to everyone in Ontario and all throughout Canada. Speaking of Toronto, I believe Game 7 of that series, the Maple Leafs. What is it? The Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers in the NHL playoffs. I believe Game 7 is tonight, if I'm not mistaken. We have the Paint Me Bear. I'm not sure what this is. Looks like maybe a toy store, or like a customized bear store. Looks like. Yep. This is like a kind of like a Build-A-Bear type location here, it looks like. And here I am right here. Hello. Got my Knicks hat right there. Right there, you guys can see the reflection New York Knicks. Okay, so the time now is 7:56 p.m. Eastern time here on the East Coast. And the temperature, I see that the temperature is still 71 degrees. Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. As we walk around here, right along Broome Street. Yes, thank you, Neville. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. That's what I thought as well. Tommy says, beautiful night out. It is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. For a Sunday night out, this is not bad at all. Okay, so we're right along the Lower East Side. This is between the Lower East Side and just a bit north of Chinatown. All right, so from here we're gonna make our way over to Foley Square. I'm gonna show you guys real quick where the Sean P. Diddy Combs trial is taking place, right along one of the courthouses that surrounds Foley Square. Sean P. Diddy Combs, of course, the music mogul, entertainment icon. He's on trial for sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Okay, right here we can see, this is Little Italy right here. This is Mulberry Street right here. All right, so we have just entered the heart of Little Italy, right along Mulberry Street. We'll definitely come back here at another stream. And Todd says, I believe that my mother will have her Memorial Day cookout. Okay, very nice. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful cookout for Memorial Day, of course. As we pay honor to all of our war veterans who paid the ultimate price, sacrificed their life to make sure we keep our freedoms here. All right, so this right here, this is Center Street. We can see the downtown skyline in the distance. It would be nice to visit Little Italy. Let's see, maybe in my next stream, we can visit both Little Italy and Chinatown, which we did have. We have done these neighborhoods before. Not too long ago, we did visit Little Italy and Chinatown. Okay, so this is Lafayette. This is where I'll be turning south here. Okay, so right now we are heading towards Foley Square. And from Foley Square, we'll be heading towards the Brooklyn Bridge as we walk the Brooklyn Bridge and make our way over to Brooklyn. The Brooklyn Bridge, of course, in the news, having been involved with the collision with the Mexican Navy ship that happened last night at around 9 p.m. or so, our time here. Mexican Navy training ship collided with the Brooklyn Bridge on the southern side. Thank God that the bridge itself didn't suffer any structural damage, but there were 2 deaths related to that accident last night. There were 2 deaths. I believe one was a cadet, Mexican cadet. The ship itself was heading in the wrong direction. It was not supposed to head towards the Brooklyn Bridge. It was supposed to head south towards open water, and instead went north and hit the bridge. So unfortunate accident there. I don't think it was anything intentional. It looks like it was just an unfortunate accident. Well, definitely was a navigational error. So that is for sure, as they were heading in the wrong direction. All right, so this is Lafayette Street as we head south. Beautiful. My gimbal's pointing. Okay, there it is. Let me just make sure my gimbal's okay. Okay, there it is. It was pointing a bit downward, but we are okay here. All right, it is past 8 o'clock here on the East Coast. Thank you all once again for joining me on this live stream. Hope everyone has been having a wonderful, wonderful weekend as we close out the week here. Okay, so if you guys weren't aware, the big news of the day, unfortunately, has to do with Joe Biden, the former president of the United States, 46th president. He was just diagnosed with prostate cancer, advanced prostate cancer, which has since spread to his some of his bones, surrounding bones, I believe. Not sure specifically which bones that would be, but yeah, so he's been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. So speedy recovery to our former president, the 46th president of the United States, as he begins his road to recovery. Unfortunate news there. As we come across here, this is Canal Street. All right, so here we are. This is Canal Street, right along Chinatown. This is the heart of Chinatown, pretty much here. But we'll definitely visit Chinatown in another stream. Okay, so right now we are heading to Foley Square. That is where we are heading next.
That's how I do. You probably want some pussy, and they be like, hey, ¿qué te pasa?
How's it going? You want to be? Yeah, I'm live right now. You want to say what's up? No, you good? You good? You good? Okay. All right. All right, so he didn't want to be on camera. All right, so this is Lafayette. We are heading to Foley Square. Yeah, he was afraid to go on camera. He is a thug. He said he was a thug. Sometimes with these streams, you have to be aware that some folks don't want to be on camera. So it's better to ask before you point the camera at them. But most folks, they definitely don't mind being live. As we saw earlier with that guy that owns that store there, right along, what is it, St. Mark's Place. The Funky Town store. Okay, so this is a quiet stretch here, not much going on right along here. This is part of the court district here. There are a number of court houses, court buildings here. Sean P. Diddy Combs, he's in what is the name of the courthouse? It is the St. Pat. What is it? The Daniel Patrick Moynihan United States courthouse. That is where his trial is taking place. That is at 500 Pearl Street. His girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, Cassie, the singer, she took the stand last week. And what was a very emotional, very graphic testimony. Okay, so this park right here, this is Collect Pond Park. We are inside of Collect Pond Park, and right across the street, that is another one of the courthouses. That is where Donald Trump's trial took place last year for, what is it, bribery. That is stemming from the Stormy Daniels case, the famous porn actress. Right across the street there. Okay, I think my connection might have gone out for a second here. Okay, so this is I'm not sure if you guys heard me, but this is also the location. This park here, this is the location where a man has set himself on fire last year. That was all in protest. And right here, I believe this is the charred spot, right along here. Either it was here or maybe about here. It was just about here, I think. Yeah, around this spot here. This is where the man had set himself on fire. Oh, the park is closed. Okay. I just heard one guy say the park is closed. All right, so we're going to exit the park here. Okay, so that is the courthouse across the street where Donald Trump was on trial last year. This is just one of the many courthouses right along here in Foley Square. Oof. And where is the, I'm trying to find the courthouse, 500 Pearl Street. Let's see if I can find it here. Where is that courthouse? Well, in any case, okay, so that is across the street over here. Okay, so this right here, this is Foley Square. We are entering Foley Square here. And Thomas Paine Park. We are near, yes, City Hall. City Hall is just right down that way there. We are near City Hall. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick where the courthouse is located, where Sean P. Diddy Combs is having his trial, which is this building right up there. That building right up there. That is the courthouse. That is where his trial is taking place. That is 500 Pearl Street. So that is where we're gonna walk here real quick. Just show you guys where where that trial is taking place for Sean Combs. Okay, so thank you all once again for joining me on this live stream. I want to take this opportunity to thank you all. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, wonderful night, wherever you may be watching from, depending on your time zone. It is past 8 o'clock here in New York and along the Eastern time zone. Okay, so this is the building right here. This is 500 Pearl Street. This is the building in which the trial for Sean P. Diddy Combs is taking place, somewhere in there. That is where he is on trial for racketeering and sex trafficking. A lot of charges against him right now. And we got the media right here, I believe. I believe this is the main entrance right here. Yes, I believe this is right here, the main entrance to the courthouse. Yes, so this is the main entrance right here. This is where all of the, this is where Cassie made her entrance. Family members of Sean P. Diddy Combs, this is all where they come in and they come out. That trial resumes tomorrow. All right, so this is my first time actually being on this spot. So this is where it all takes place. We can see the address right there, 500 Pearl Street. Right there. Right there, we can see it. And Irma says, thank you. So sorry I have to leave the stream. Phone is overheating. Have a nice evening, everyone. Thank you, Irma, for joining me on this live stream. It is good to see you. May you have a good night. Okay, so once again, this is where Sean P. Diddy Combs is on trial. Right here. And let me take a picture here before I move on as well. So let me just grab a picture here of this now infamous location.
I feel like that makes sense because I feel like what people will...
All right, so I'm gonna grab a picture here real quick before I move on. All right, there it is. And across the street, that is Columbus Park. Right across the street, that is Columbus Park. This is the southern portion of Chinatown here. as we make our way over to Park Row. And from Park Row, we'll be walking we'll be entering the Brooklyn Bridge and walk along the bridge into Brooklyn. Beautiful night here in New York City. Okay, so we are looking back towards Chinatown. That is Chatham Square right there in the middle of the picture. That is Chatham Square. Chatham Square right here, and right along right here, this is Mott Street. Mott Street is the heart of Chinatown and Chatham Square. All right, so this is Park Row here. And from Park Row right here, we'll be walking the Brooklyn Bridge, starting from the Manhattan side here, the lower Manhattan side. Not much going on here. And we have a runner right over here. Okay, so thank you once again, Irma, and may you have a good night. I'll see you in my next stream. Okay, so not much going on here. Okay, so we're just gonna make our way around, let's see, right over here. Gonna have to cross the street. Let's see, I wanna make sure I'm heading in the, okay. Let me just head over here rather. I think it'll be easier walking this way. Okay, that building, by the way, that building you guys see there, that is One Police Plaza. That is the headquarters to the NYPD, the New York Police Department. That is the headquarters there. Okay, so we'll just make the entrance to the Brooklyn Bridge right along this way here. Very quiet right now. This is part of the Civic Center area of Lower Manhattan. Okay, I believe we can walk through here. Yes, we can. This is not a private walkway or anything like that. All right. right, look how quiet it is here. Not much to speak of here. All right, so let's just continue our walk here. There's not really nothing to see here. Okay, this building right here that we're coming up on, that is the David Dinkins Municipal Building. This big building right here, that is the municipal building. So this big building that you guys see here, that is the David M. Dinkins Municipal Building. And we do have a bit of a breeze. And this building right here, that is 8 Spruce Street. This building that you guys see here, that is 8 Spruce Street. That is one of the taller residential buildings. It is designed by Frank Gehry, famous architect. Okay, let me just zoom out here. Okay, there we go. All right, and from here, we're gonna make our way over to the Brooklyn Bridge. So thank you all once again for joining me on this live stream tonight. Yes, it is. This is one of the more unique looking buildings that we have around here. As we look back towards that is Foley Square once again. Okay, so now we're headed to the Brooklyn Bridge. This right here, this is Center Street. And we have City Hall located right beyond this building here. It is that is where City Hall is located, on the other side of Center Street. We can see the Lower Manhattan skyline there. And we can see as well, that is the Woolworth building right here in the middle. That is the Woolworth building. And we can see One World Trade Center right there with the spire, right behind the scaffolding there. That is One World Trade Center. And the Woolworth building there. So we have the old mixed in with the new. And right across the street, we have City Hall and City Hall Park. As we make our way over to the Brooklyn Bridge on this beautiful Sunday night. So we'll be walking the bridge at night. It's going to be our night walk as we head on to Brooklyn. Beautiful shot there of the Lower Manhattan skyline, financial district. And right here we can see 8 Spruce Street. Okay, so we're gonna make our way over to the Brooklyn Bridge. Just want to make sure it's safe enough to cross. Looks like it is. We gotta make sure, we gotta watch out for the bike lanes as well. These bike lanes, they are new. They've only been here for about a year or so. Okay, so here we are. This is the entrance ramp, the pedestrian entrance ramp to the Brooklyn Bridge. As we make our way over to Brooklyn. This is going to be quite a beautiful walk. Brooklyn Bridge is very beautiful at night. And another shot of 8 Spruce Street. By the way, this building used to be known as the Beekman Tower as well. So for those of you, familiar with this building, it used to be known as Beekman Tower.
Always been mind control.
All right, so we're going to continue our walk. As we continue our walk here towards the Brooklyn Bridge. We have this couple right here. All right, so thank you all once again for joining me on this live stream. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me if you haven't already done so. As we go back towards Manhattan, we have many folks here on the bridge. Beautiful. It is a bit cloudy, as you guys can see overhead. And this building right here, that is the Verizon building right over here. All right, as we are leaving Manhattan and on our way to Brooklyn. Look at the beautiful view of Manhattan as we look back. Beautiful view. Okay, so a bit of history of the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge opened back in May 24th, 1883. The anniversary of that is coming up shortly. So this bridge is about 140 years old. 141 years exactly. We have about 120,000 vehicles that cross the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge is 6,016 feet in length with the arm ramps as well. It is 85 feet wide. The towers are 272 feet in height. And the clearance below is 127 feet. The longest span being 1,595 feet between the two towers. And it took about, let's see, it took 14 years. It took 14 years to build the Brooklyn Bridge. They started building it back in 1869 and it was completed in 1883. All right, I'm gonna have to mute that real quick. All right, so we continue our walk here on the Brooklyn Bridge. Welcome everybody to the Brooklyn Bridge. All right, so we have traffic here. This is eastbound traffic heading into Brooklyn, right here. And that is westbound traffic into Manhattan. Always a beautiful walk here, whether you walk in it in the daytime or at night. We have a group photo right here. Oh, they're taking up the whole walkway here.
What's the leg post?
All right, look at that beautiful shot of the lower Manhattan skyline. Beautiful. That is beautiful right there. Let me grab a picture before we continue our walk here. All right, we got some folks here on the, yeah, sometimes you have to be careful when you're taking these pictures. Okay, so we're coming up on the first tower here. This is the tower on the Manhattan side. You have to take those pictures quick because folks are gonna get in your picture. Look how beautiful this is. And we have Tommy who's giving us an update on the Subway Series between the Mets and the Yankees. They are tied 2-2. What inning are they on, Tommy?
What?
Oh my goodness. All right, we have to make our way. Okay, so here we are. This is the first tower. Look how beautiful it is. All brightly lit up and LED lights. All right, so these towers, they measure 272 feet in height or 82 meters. Look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful that evening night sky is as we look back towards the traffic heading into Manhattan. The Brooklyn Bridge was the world's largest suspension bridge. World's longest suspension bridge when it opened back in 1883. Okay, let's go back to the other view here. Okay, and Tommy G says, I tried to walk over the Brooklyn Bridge, but a quarter of the way my vertical kicked in. I had to turn around and walk off the bridge. That is so unfortunate, Tommy. Perhaps it's the height of the bridge, you know, the elevation. There could be different triggers. I would hope that you can walk the bridge again, you know, in its full length without any vertical or any other problems. Okay, so it is the height. Yeah, we are about, 127 feet off the, from the river, you know, the East River. That's how high up we are right now. Beautiful shot, once again, of Lower Manhattan. Beautiful shot. This is absolutely gorgeous. I have to take another picture with the tower here. So let me just grab a picture here real quick. Beautiful.
I work in the
Okay, and we can see many we can see a lot of rubber locks. Well, not many locks here, but we can see all sorts of things here. We can see scrunchies, all sorts of things here. And there are quite a whole lot of them here. And right here we can see Midtown. Let's look back towards Midtown. Midtown is right over there. As we zoom in on Midtown. Beautiful shot of Midtown. And Peter says, I presume you don't feel any bounce from the cars and trucks driving on the bridge as you walk across. You can definitely feel some vibration. This is this walkway here. This is made out of wood, so this is like a boardwalk, wooden boardwalk. So you definitely do feel some vibration. Not much, but you definitely do feel some. And that is looking south towards the harbor, New York Harbor. And if I zoom in all the way, I can just make it out. We can see the Statue of Liberty. Where is it? Right there we can see Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty. There she is, right there in the middle. That is Liberty Island and the Statue of Liberty, right there in the middle. Let me see if I can focus on it right there. You guys can just make it out right there in the middle there. That is the Statue of Liberty and Liberty Island. And beyond that, we can see New Jersey and Staten Island. We can see Governor's Island right here in the middle. That is Governor's Island. Oh, my gimbal, I'm not sure what happened here. Let me fix my gimbal here. Okay, that bridge over there, that is the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. That bridge over there connecting Brooklyn and Staten Island. And we can see downtown Brooklyn right over there. That is downtown Brooklyn. And Brooklyn Heights. Okay, so let me, okay, there it is. We can see a better view here. Okay, so we're coming up on the Brooklyn Tower here, the Brooklyn side of the Brooklyn Bridge. It is a beautiful, beautiful night here. Okay, so the Mexican Navy ship that struck the Brooklyn Bridge hit the bridge right about here on this side. It was coming off Pier 7 of the South Street Seaport on the Manhattan side. So it originated from the South Street Seaport on Pier 7. Pier 7 is just beyond the bridge here. It was heading north, and it crashed into the bridge right about here, right about this point here. It was actually heading in the wrong direction. It was supposed to head south towards the harbor. It was heading towards its next destination was supposed to be Iceland. It was heading towards Iceland, on its way to Iceland, but instead it made a turn here north and struck the bridge when it was supposed to head the other way south towards the harbor, into more open water. So that accident cost the lives of two passengers on the ship, as well as about 19 other injuries. 11 of those are critical, the last time I checked. So it did strike the bridge at about here, I believe, right about some point here is where the bridge struck the bridge, or the ship struck the bridge. Or was it? I think it was. No, it might have been a bit south from the tower. It was right in between this area here. Okay, and we can see the Manhattan Bridge. Beyond the Brooklyn Bridge, that is the Manhattan Bridge. I definitely have to do a stream while walking the Manhattan Bridge, so that will definitely take place at some point. And we're gonna look back towards Manhattan, looking west towards Manhattan. Okay, and we are now in the borough of Brooklyn. So welcome to Brooklyn, guys. Brooklyn is the largest borough in New York City, in New York City's 5 boroughs. The largest in population. If Brooklyn were a separate city, it would be, I believe it would be the 4th largest city after New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. All right, so welcome to Brooklyn. Oh, gonna have to mute that real quick. And right over here we have Dumbo. That is Dumbo down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass. That is the Dumbo neighborhood. Jay-Z, that is the home of Jay-Z. Brooklyn, yes, the home of Jay-Z. B.I.G., Michael Jordan, Tupac Shakur, he was born here as well, even though he represented the West Coast in his later years. Michael Jordan, of course, Lil' Kim, many folks originated from Brooklyn. And those are just some of the musical artists. And Mike Tyson, he's also from Brooklyn.
Big fucking cap.
All right, so here we are. This is another look at Dumbo. All right, and we are now in Brooklyn. This has been quite a long walk tonight. As we look back towards Manhattan, beautiful view. And here we can see the Welcome to Brooklyn right over here. Welcome to BK. And we're gonna get off here. All right, Vinegar Hill. These are just some of the neighborhoods and their distance from this the spot here. The Brooklyn Promenade, that's right over there. Right by Brooklyn Heights. And we have all of these folks that are heading into Manhattan after spending the time here in Brooklyn. Okay, so from Brooklyn, we're gonna briefly walk into Dumbo real quick. So we're gonna head into Dumbo, real quick. And then we'll be ending the stream right about Brooklyn Bridge Park. So we're gonna head into Dumbo briefly, and then we'll be making our way into Brooklyn Bridge Park. That is where I'll be ending the stream, overlooking the East River and the Manhattan skyline. Okay, so this right here, by the way, this is Washington Street. This is Washington Street as we are now in the Dumbo neighborhood. All right, so this spot over here, about further down the block, that spot is famous for its view of the Manhattan Bridge, which aligns itself with the Empire State Building, the tower right here. We'll be seeing that in just a minute. Okay, so right now we are in Dumbo. This is along Washington Street. All right, we got the cobblestone streets right surrounding these streets here. This is all cobblestone.
I don't answer when I text it. And I'm like, yo.
All right, so Dumbo is home to many art galleries. It is also home to Gleason's Gym, the famous boxing gym. Many famous boxers have trained over at Gleason's. All right, so right here we can see the this is the Eastern Tower, the Brooklyn Tower of the Manhattan Bridge. Okay, let me just put that into focus. There we go. All right, so this is one of the most iconic views that you can get of New York City right here. You can see the Manhattan Bridge. And we can also see the tower being aligned with the Empire State Building. This is why this view is so famous. We can see the Empire State Building right here, perfectly aligning itself with the Manhattan Bridge, this tower of the Manhattan Bridge. Very famous spot here in New York City. Okay, and that was the subway passing by above us. We have the B, D, N, and Q lines that run right over the Manhattan Bridge, or along the Manhattan Bridge. We can see another train, or we can just hear another train passing by. Yes, it is Peter. Alright, so just another view here of this iconic spot. It does look a bit better during the daytime since you are able to see the bridge more clearly. The Manhattan Bridge is not brightly lit as is the Brooklyn Bridge. So I mean, it would be nice if the Manhattan Bridge was just as lit as the Brooklyn Bridge. Otherwise, it would be more iconic. So that is the view at night, and we can see the Empire State Building and the spire right there. Right here along Washington Street in Dumbo. Okay, so we are now going to walk towards Brooklyn Bridge Park. This is technically all part of Brooklyn Bridge Park. Beautiful, beautiful. We're coming up here on the East River. Such a beautiful, fantastic view. Let's show you guys the Brooklyn Bridge with the lower Manhattan backdrop. We have some jet skiers in the water there. Look how beautiful this is. Absolutely beautiful view. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this view for a minute before we continue this walk. And by the way, we have a little small beach here as well. This is, I mean, I wouldn't swim in this, but this is a little beach. We do have the sand, we do have the shore right there as well. Okay, so we got the Manhattan Bridge right over here, and we have the Brooklyn Bridge as well. Let me see if I can get both bridges here. Okay, just barely. Just barely. Look how beautiful that view is of New York City. This is the most beautiful view of New York City from the Brooklyn side. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, I gotta grab a picture here of this view, so let me just take a photo here real quick. I'm holding two cameras here, by the way. Two phones. All right. Look how beautiful. That's a beautiful shot right there. Nice. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Are there any high and low tide flows on the river that affect the shoreline? I would definitely think so, Peter, definitely. This is some of the lowest lying areas of New York City, so the tides definitely do affect that. All right, so let's go on the beach here. We have to watch our step here. This is a bit steep here. Going down here. All right, so this is what the beach looks like. Okay, so this is actually gravel. This is not sand, by the way. This is like gravel and stuff. Pebbles. This is pebbles and gravel that we have here. Let me just be careful walking here. It might be a bit slippery. But look at the shore right here. This is a shoreline right in front of the Brooklyn Bridge. Look how nice this is. All right, beautiful view of New York City. This is, in my opinion, the most amazing view of New York City. Peter says great views, amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have the Manhattan Bridge as well. Can't forget the Manhattan Bridge. The Manhattan Bridge, it needs more lighting, in my opinion. It's way too dark compared to the Brooklyn Bridge. So hopefully we can get some lighting on the Manhattan Bridge as well. Would be nice if it did. It will complement the Brooklyn Bridge even more. All right, so let's turn back. We have to be careful here. It is a bit slippery on these rocks, pebbles, and gravel. Okay, let me turn off my... Okay, no, I'm going to keep my light here as we walk up here. It is a bit steep. You can see how high this is here, each step here. Okay. All right, that's a pretty high step there. All right. Okay, I can turn off my flashlight now. There we go. As we continue our walk here along Brooklyn Bridge Park. Okay, thank you, Peter, for the reminder. Yes, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like the stream. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And let me just put up the graphic here real quick. There we go. All right, we have many more folks here. Okay, this building right here to my left, this is St. Anne's Warehouse. This is known as St. Anne's Warehouse. This building used to be an industrial building. It is now home to many restaurants and shops. And right over here, that is the that is St. James. What is it? James Caruso. Okay, there you go. Okay, and right over here we do have the rooftop view over here. So we're gonna get that view from up here, from atop the St. Mary's warehouse. Or the St. Anne's warehouse. I'm sorry, St. Anne's warehouse. So we're gonna go up here to the rooftop of this building. If you guys have seen my previous streams, you would have seen the view that you get up here. So we're gonna visit this spot one more time. Let me fix my gimbal. It's pointing a bit downward. Okay, there we go. All right, so the view that we saw just a few minutes ago, it's going to be even more spectacular from up here. Okay, and I have run into signal issues on this spot before, so hopefully the signal here will be okay.
Nah, he dead ass.
I don't even want to look at it.
Okay, just one more flight of steps. All right, here we are. All right, so look at the view from up here. It's the same view, but right now we are on the rooftop. Let me see if I can get a better view right over here. All right, look at that view right there of Lower Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge. Very beautiful, very iconic view. And okay, by the way, that building right there that you guys see right there in front of the, rather behind the Manhattan Bridge, that is 1 Manhattan Square. 1 Manhattan Square is the tallest building between Midtown and Lower Manhattan. That used to, the side of that building used to be the old Pathmark. If you guys are familiar with Pathmark, that is the supermarket chain, of course, that no longer exists. But that tower right there, this building, that used to be the site of the old Pathmark, right along there. As we look north, we can see the Manhattan Bridge as well. And we can see the Williamsburg Bridge right behind the Manhattan Bridge. Right here, that is the Williamsburg Bridge, with the neighborhood of Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Look how beautiful this view is up here. Very nice view here. All right, so we're gonna head back down. All right, so we're gonna make our way back down to street level, as we just took in the wonderful views from up here atop the St. Anne's warehouse. And right here we can see the beach right below us. That is the beach. All right, so we have walked from Union Square in Manhattan all the way over here to Brooklyn Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge Park. Quite a long walk. We have seen many interesting sights along the way. Okay, so if you guys are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Redstorm Pro. We are live here in New York City. We are in Brooklyn right now. We started in Manhattan, and right now we are in Brooklyn via the Brooklyn Bridge. This is right along Brooklyn Bridge Park. All right, looks like we have a mariachi over here. Let's check out the mariachi. Oh, we have a happy birthday over here. Okay, that is happy birthday in Spanish now. Andale! Happy birthday! Feliz cumpleaños to whoever's birthday it is today. Okay, it's that lady's birthday. She does have the crown up there. Feliz cumpleaños! Okay, and right here we have James Carousel. This carousel dates back to the 1920s. It is closed right now, as we are past 9 o'clock here on the East Coast. It is 9:21 p.m. Beautiful. I have to get on this. I have to get on one of these horses. I have never ridden the James Carousel. We definitely have to do that one day. But every time I come here, they are always closed. So I have to check what time they close here. I'm not even sure of that. But I definitely would like to ride these horses here one day. And I'll definitely record that. It probably won't be a live stream, but I'll definitely record it. Look at this beautiful view. We have the subway running on the Manhattan Bridge, heading into Manhattan. We have one of the ferry boats in the East River. Beautiful view.
put onions. I hate onions.
He put the jalapenos on mine.
All right, so thank you all once again for joining me on this live stream. We are about to end the stream in a few minutes. This has been a wonderful stream as we started off in Union Square in Manhattan, and now we are in Brooklyn. And right here we can see another one of the New York City ferry boats. Okay, so the Mexican Navy ship that struck the Brooklyn Bridge, it was right along here, this spot right here. Okay, thank you, Peter. Yeah, that's why I'm never able to make it here. They close pretty early. So by the time I'm here, it's already well past 5 o'clock. All right, so this is the spot where the ship struck the Brooklyn Bridge. It also struck the pier right along here. We can see some damage right along here, and we also have a makeshift memorial as well, dedicated to the 2 people so far that have passed away in that ship collision. And you can see right here, this is where the ship impacted the rails here, right along this spot. I do have video here on TikTok. Let me see if I can find it. Here's a video from TikTok. That is what happened last night. So the ship apparently had made a wrong turn. It was supposed to head south towards the harbor, but instead it made a turn here towards the north and hit the bridge right here, right on that spot right there. And then it struck this these rails right here. All right, so right here we can see the makeshift memorial. I was actually not expecting this, but here we are. We do have the makeshift memorial here. All right, let me just read some of the messages. These messages are in Spanish mostly. This one says, Nuestras marinas, ustedes son los mejores hijos de Mexico. To our fellow Marines, you are the best sons of Mexico. That is what it says in Spanish. And right here we can see mi más sentido pésame a los madres Mexicanos. Condolences to our Mexican mothers. Sorry. All right, so just a couple of the messages here. And we have a lot of handwritten messages here as well. And right here we can see mensajes de condolencias, messages of condolences, mi amor y compasión a los marinos, love and compassion to the Marines, or to the sailors. Okay, so that is what we have here at the site of the Mexican Navy ship collision spots. And we do have a flag, Mexican flag right here as well. All right, so it was right here. This is where the ship had struck the bridge, the mast of the ship, right here. Okay, that rafter right there, you guys can see that rafter right there. That was actually swinging back and forth as that was struck by the ship. It did swing back and forth, but unfortunately, there were no serious damage to the bridge itself. And Andrew wants to know, when do I walk? Oh, when do I work? I work tomorrow. I'll be at work tomorrow. I believe I start at 2 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. And lamento mucho su pérdida. Mi más sentido pésame, su pérdida. No hay palabras para expresar mi profundo dolor por su pérdida. Mi corazón está con ustedes y su familia. That's just some of the messages in Spanish. All right, so okay, so right over here on the hand side, we can see that is Pier 7. That is Pier 7 of the South Street Seaport. That is where the ship originated from. So the ship had docked at Pier 7. It made a turn here towards the north when it was supposed to head south. So it was a navigational error or error by the captain or whatever happened there. And it just struck the bridge, unfortunately. Okay, so with that said, and by the way, rest in peace to these two folks, the two people that did pass away from this accident. One, I believe, was a cadet. Not sure who the other was. But they were both passengers on the ship. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream here. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all for joining me on this live stream as we just checked out this makeshift memorial dedicated to the victims of last night's Mexican ship collision with the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay, and this is where I'll be ending the stream tonight. So I hope you guys have had fun with the stream, enjoyed the stream, as we check out one more time the makeshift memorial dedicated to the victims of the Mexican Navy ship collision with the Brooklyn Bridge right above us. And let's take a look one more time at the Manhattan skyline. All right, folks, so if you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure to like the stream. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It'll mean a lot to me if you do. I will see you guys in the week. During the week, I'm not sure exactly when, but I'll definitely be streaming in the week as we get set for Memorial Day next week. And I'll see you, Andrew, at work tomorrow. So thank you, Andrew, for joining me on this live stream. All right, so I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on the stream tonight. And I will see you back during my next stream. So have a good night. So long, and God bless from Brooklyn Bridge Park in New York City. Beautiful view of Manhattan. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you next time. See you all from Brooklyn.